All right, it's the rundown. It's Thursday. It's brought to you by SeatGeek. Get $10 off your first purchase. Use the code rundown if you're looking for Eastern Conference final tickets. That'll be the Celtics starting at home on Sunday, 3:30. They are still in it, so you can go to SeatGeek and get $10 off your first purchase. Use the code rundown. Let's start with the Celtics. Great. I was there. It was a great game. Great game. No confetti. That's one thing I'd like to point out. Even after winning the series, no confetti. The Roan curse is dead.
It would have been great if they dropped Philly-colored confetti.
That would have been very funny. I thought they were actually going to drop confetti just to make fun. They didn't. I had my camera ready.
The guy
great
with
game.
the confetti shirt was awesome.
Confetti shirt was unbelievable.
Great.
Yeah. It was, everything was working for me. I had all my pitches working. Like they dragged somebody out for like the hero of the day who saved somebody from a burning car. He walked right by me. He's like, hey, Prez, I look, he's wearing the Celtics Barstool shirt. Just mid-court in the Barstool shirt. Like everything that could break yesterday for us broke in that way. It was just great. And I was talking all sorts of shit. And then the Sixers came back. And I was like very nervous because what Sixers have 4-point lead with like a minute to go, basically, minute and a half, 5-point lead, and they just choke like the dogs they are, Coley. So I'm done talking about Philly. We're on to LeBron, but
Done with those scumbags. I mean, not scumbags.
I won't call them scumbags, and they are all in my mentions. All in my mentions. Tweet me. It's just Smitty is making no sense. Smitty had arguably the dumbest tweet I've ever seen someone have at me. He's like. He's like, I know.
Wait, what did he say?
It's just.
Wait, what was the tweet?
Here
it comes.
Let me explain it.
Why
real
don't
quick.
you just come on the rundown these days?
I'll tell you it before because I saw the same thing. So like 2 days ago, someone tweeted at me, Smitty, a couple other people, and was like, "What Team Portnoy guy is selling stuff on eBay for $450? Like no loyalty for Team Portnoy." Now.
What someone saw.
Me using my brain said, well, we sold those.
Yo, yeah.
So this isn't like Frankie Borelli is selling his Team Portnoy jersey.
I was going to say, it wasn't an exclusive thing. It was just like the jersey
and
that we sold.
The key part of an auction is you can put it for any price you want. That doesn't mean that's the price it's going to get bought for. So someone put it on eBay for $450. That doesn't mean it's going to get sold for $450.
I did not know we sold them. I thought they were giving out to 5 people here.
Clearly. Yeah, so I mean, someone bought them is trying to make a profit. In a weird way, it's like a compliment to the Team Portnoy brand.
Yeah.
It's like putting Yeezys on.
I was going to say, when you're getting the secondary, you get the secondary market action, that means you got a product.
Yeah, so Smitty, I mean, he
Smitty
walked right into that one.
Then use that as his like ace up his sleeve, being like, look at your guys.
That was bang.
Yeah.
He dropped it on the table like,
look at this, Dave.
It was a size small. I thought Frankie Borelli was trying to get one under something. I don't know.
Imagine if one of my guys, like the original guy.
Exactly.
So that was tough. But it was great. Embiid, those layups at the end, and Scary Terry, those shirts. The guys were there was a Celtics guy wearing a Scary Terry. Who? Daniel Tyson wearing it on the sideline.
What do you think about? I had some Philly fans getting my mentions too about my Embiid take, but like. I like Joel Embiid. I wish there were more guys like him because it's fun to have a guy who talks and interacts with fans. But when it comes to like winning time and when you're down 3-0 in a series and you're talking shit and you can't even like breathe through your nose because you're out of shape.
Dude,
if I were a Philly fan, I would be like, dude, shut up and just try to win the game.
But as I explained to you this before, it might not be fair for the fan base or to him or whatever, but we still treat him as a kid. And it's just like, it's kind of like Joel being Joel.
Yeah, I guess.
And you don't really take him seriously.
But you're starting to get into serious games.
I know.
This is the whole thing with the
completely
process
understand.
too. Like right now, everyone's like, well, this is just part of the process, and Joel's just a kid. And like, at what point are you just like, no, you're one of the contenders
and
in the
the
East,
team that
and
you're
it's time
playing
to play.
is filled with young
people too.
Right.
They have their own process
and there's
going.
nothing better in sports than a guy who talks shit and backs it up.
Totally.
It's the most thrilling. It's like Conor McGregor. Like that is Conor McGregor talking shit and backing it up is thrilling, and you love watching it. But
and
when
Joel Embiid's 0-8 this year when he shoots tied or below in the last
it would just drive me insane. I honestly like like I said, I like Joel Embiid, and I wish there were more players like that. But if I were a Philly fan, I'd be like, dude.
And how about Simmons?
Win
Minus 63.
Oh my God.
Minus 63.
That's like an impossible number. Impossible.
So he's got to
In
get a jump shot.
McGonagall or whatever, I want to kill that guy watching the game.
McGonagall.
He's plus 43.
You mean Rear Admiral?
He literally, yeah.
We know him, McGonagall, right?
He honestly, I was watching him, like, I couldn't even understand. He's like, he wasn't moving quick. He's just going wherever he wants to go. But yeah, it's just
21.
What's that?
He's like playing 21 underneath the basket, just runs around the circle.
It's crazy.
That's what he does.
But it was big.
But that's more of a credit, like, in Simmons struggling, that's more of a credit to the Celtics and Brad Stevens than it is to, I mean, Simmons sucked.
Yeah,
to put it bluntly,
yeah, but here's
give
the
all the
thing.
credit in the world to the Celtics and Brad Stevens for actually
I will give them all the credit, but I'm also going to put blame because in basketball, it's one of those, it's like the only sport where, like, greatness, you can't stop. Like, greatness cannot be stopped. The best
No
players
matter what you
al-
game plan or scheme.
they always get theirs. To be that
Right,
bad.
I mean, MJ got swept by the Celtics his like second year. He scored 63.
Great offense generally beats like defense in the NBA. He's got, I mean, he can't shoot. As long as he can't shoot, he's gonna.
Yeah, obviously, he
Got
has
a
to
ways
work on
to
a
go.
jump shot.
Got to shoot.
true.
It's an important part of the game.
It was big. Boston people needed that. I needed that. It was great to just.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
The
since
problem
you've
with
had a win.
Simmons is he's a righty. Like every shot he takes with his right hand goes in, but he tries to be a left. It's the stupidest thing I've ever
Did you hear what
seen.
he said? I feel like we can't let that go.
What do you say?
He's like, Boston people needed that win.
Well,
What? What does that mean?
We just Philly was chip.
Fuck you, Dave.
You did
don't
need it for
need
your
shit.
ego, because your ego took a blow.
Yeah, you tweet now.
Your
I
ego.
was
Your
waiting in the
ego.
third
That's the
quarter
Boston
with
stuff.
8 minutes and 24 seconds left. The Celtics were up by 10, and you dropped that tweet of Terry with the beheading.
Terry won't
masked
skit. He
and
won't let
beat.
us sell those.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
think
say
that's
that's
a little
aggressive.
waiting to
That's a little
come back.
aggressive.
That's
I
a good
like
one.
it.
10 minutes
I thought
left
it
in
was
the
funny.
third.
It was funny.
It's funny.
Wait.
It's aggressive.
So
We would have sold a billion of those.
So wait,
I
walk
like
me
it.
through that.
A
Like,
billion.
like
I know.
did you like email him that? Like, hey,
It
what
just
do
needs
you?
to be the mask.
We have a
It just
partnership.
needs
No,
to be the
but I
mask.
mean, like, what did he really say? Like, I would love to
It
know
was-
the actual
it-
correspondence.
we
Like,
don't go
oh,
directly to him, he
decapitation
has
with
marketing
my.
people.
I think if it was just the mask, it's one thing. It's the decapitated
bloody
head.
head.
Oh, dude, do what I said.
Very
Shot
good.
mangled
confetti in
We
neck.
the-
should have had confetti there. Well, we had a bunch of different versions, and that was by far the best look.
Well, it's
Like,
great. I
yes,
mean, it's
yeah.
a hilarious shirt, but yeah, it is. I would understand why Terry Rozier is like, I don't
Yeah.
want to sell.
Don't need that.
Yeah, but that Scary Terry shirt is taken off everywhere, so that's
Minnie,
exciting.
I saw Roan's tweet that was just kind of like, it was a hell of a season. Like, I had
See,
so
I
much
can
fun.
agree with that, though.
Are you that way too?
Sixers fans are tweeting me, this is how stupid they are. Like, that wasn't a blowout. That 4-1 is a blowout.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
got
that
smoked.
series is
They
what.
got smoked.
No. But if you're,
going into the
but I understand Sixers.
Minus
They
300,
are
minus 500.
ahead of schedule.
Minus 500?
500. They're minus 550 going to that series.
Here's what happened
They're
to the
very
Sixers.
ahead of schedule, and so I understand that ultimately, like, it's not like their window is closed or anything, but like this was
They
a
need
choke
LeBron.
job.
If
This
they
was
don't
like
get LeBron, they're never
No,
gonna
what-
get
the
it.
worst-
Kev, to answer your question, yes, I am more along the lines of what Roan said because the optimism is there after over a decade of just being in absolute purgatory and then the progress or then the process. I mean, you
Yeah, but the
see
Celtics
something
are-
good happen.
The Celtics are so far ahead of them.
So it has nothing to do with this.
I-
It has nothing to do
yes,
with the
that's all true,
Celtics.
but
It has a lot to
No,
do
it
with
doesn't
the
have anything to do with the
Celtics. Oh,
Celtics.
it has a lot to do with the Celtics.
Philly came into this winning 20 and 21
Yeah, but
coming
no,
into this
that-
series
that's-
like we got a little bit
That's
ahead
like
of ourselves.
anybody. If you look in the West, you're like, well, we can be very good, but we got
Not
to
gonna
beat
beat the
Golden
Warriors.
State.
I know,
So what good
exactly.
does that do?
Portland and Houston had winning streaks of that amount as well. We just got a little too cocky and overconfident.
But
Maybe we
I
shouldn't
feel
have.
like there's the delusional
that's what I-
Philly
I'm
people
not
weren't like
necessarily
there's this
angry
I
Great
almost
at
mean
this
like
team.
once you get cocky and overconfident, then you can't really backtrack and be like, well,
That was why the
it's
worst
a
I'm
great
not
thing-
saying I'm not saying we're backtracking. I'm still disappointed and
No,
wanting
I'm
to
saying
win.
backtracking. I know what you're saying. I'm just saying that
Okay.
once you be like the process, complete the process. We're favorites. We're gonna beat you,
No,
and then
this-
you lose. It's tough to just be like,
There are
but
still,
hey,
there's
we're still a good young team.
There's still a lot of questions. Ben Simmons can't go out there and score 1 point in a fucking playoff game.
Problem.
Jerry, I know he
did.
Jerry Colangelo, since he took
Almost
over for Sam
impossible
Hinkie,
to
the
do.
only real like no-brainer move that he made that was positive was drafting Ben Simmons #1 overall. Every other one doesn't look that good from Nerlens Noel. Fultz.
I tweeted that out. Fultz is like, do you know what reminded me of Dan when we were in the TBT and our job was just to like
Yeah,
play shadow
just hang
defense?
out, yeah.
That's what Fultz does
Yeah.
That's
in their
tough.
warm-ups.
Yeah.
They don't give him the ball.
That's tough
He
to bounce
rebounds.
Yeah,
back
your
from,
warm-ups
man.
is the game when you're full.
He was like covering Covington taking threes. That was his job.
Yeah.
Like that is
Tatum's
insane.
Tatum's a baller.
I wonder if he got yelled at for going too hard like I did.
Yeah, you did.
Best. To answer your question, Kevin, I think the Miami thing, was what kind of hurt the whole section because they got so high from that.
Big time.
But the
So
NBA,
cocky.
the way the NBA works is teams don't go from no one to championship. Like you have to, if you look throughout the
process,
NBA,
yes.
you have to beat. Like every team goes through that where they have to lose a bunch to then get to the next level. So if I'm a Philly fan, I definitely have perspective. I'm like, this is we're
sure.
still
It took Jordan,
really
what,
good.
7 years, 8 years?
Yeah, I mean you got to lose to the
I
guys
totally
in charge.
get that, but it is just tough when you do start to get real cocky to then play the card of like, but whatever.
The only thing that
we're ahead of
makes
schedule.
the only thing that makes it different, and it's to Dave's point, is that if Philly lost to LeBron, it's like, all right, well, we lost to the King, whatever. They did lose to a team that is basically the same age, and that makes it a little more difficult.
Also, I'd like to. Maybe not since like Sacramento. I'd like to just give a quick shout out to an absolute choke job shot by JJ Redick. In the corner,
Yeah.
open three.
That would've been a dagger.
He didn't even cut that. Like
They were up by 4.
bottom,
Like
and
2
he
minutes left,
was
yeah.
on.
That was I was on JetBlue and we had no TNT, and I watched the last 3 plays of the game. So when he hit that shot from the parking lot, I was like, JJ, so clutch. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh,
He missed. I was like, well, I only watched 3 plays.
He had a
so I watched
dagger
some
wide
plays.
open.
bad game.
Those are the shots he had a open,
Yeah.
and he was on the whole game.
Yeah.
And
This shot,
Covington had a bad.
I mean,
How about Philly fans saying that they should have called it travel on Marcus Smart? I would love to see a ref call that fucking travel. That in the history of basketball, with
Never.
1 second left. It's like when you throw the ball up in the you think the ref if it hits
Oh,
the fucking video screen they're gonna call out of bounds.
the
That would have been a good call, though.
a quick side
call.
note story. The president of the Sixers, I got
Scott
in a-
O'Neal?
Yeah, I got in a little tiff with him. So I was sitting. Someone came up and
Yeah, he's a friend of the program.
oh yeah, well,
Well, he
came,
threatened Dave.
He came
Good.
up.
Good. That
he's
means he's a
ready
friend of the
more.
program.
He came up and
friend of
someone
mine.
introduced. He's like Barstool, and he's like, "This is Scott O'Neal, president of the Sixers." I'm like, "I hope you get your ass kicked tonight." And he's like, "Well, I hope you get your ass kicked on the way out." And I was like,
Wait. You said to him first?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
well, then
that's
it's all
like,
fair
I
game.
hope the Sixers is the Celtics.
He knew what he was doing. He's a down-to-earth guy.
And then I'm like, I don't think
He's also the
beat
CEO
up
of the
here. It's
Devils.
like, you better watch out. You may. What?
He's also the CEO of the Devils.
The Devils too?
Yeah.
Threatened you there a little bit.
Yeah, a little threat.
Yeah.
Little threat.
Good. You need to be put
Good.
in place
He
sometimes by bigger
scooted.
people.
He scooted. It's bigger people. He wasn't big. He was
You
little.
should go.
No,
you
I
should
meant
go to
like bigger
Cleveland.
in life.
Go to. I want to. I just talked to Sirius whether we could do a show there, like a pre-show. I'd love to. I'd love to go. Cleveland people, they're.
You gonna pet the belly?
Well, they know they better enjoy it because he's leaving, probably going to there because he needs someone else to win. That will really be the meeting of minds. All right, let's switch gears. We did enough on that. The only person in Boston who's having a bad weekend, our friend Jared Carabas, who, from what I've gathered, said he couldn't get out of bed this morning, not because
hasn't showed up
He
today.
texted. He called Hubs and said he was like, "Can you publish my blog for me? I can't get out of bed."
because he's depressed.
Yeah, from a May baseball series, which I can't
It was
talk
a-
shit. I get excited too, but Jesus Christ,
It
Jared, you
was
gotta come
not
to
the
work.
best games,
Gotta come to
though,
work.
because they were coughing up. I bet on the Red Sox. They were coughing up leads late. He's out in the bleachers. You have the Nats flying around.
Eight and a half game lead given up in 19 days.
Yikes.
Well, I mean, and,
I'll give him credit.
and that's
The
I mean,
content
when
of
someone
the-
goes 17-1.
Yeah,
the
but this
content
is
at the games to his
yes,
very good.
fantastic.
Jared.
Jared's problem is he lives every moment like tomorrow's not going to happen. So everything he said in April about the Red Sox being like the best team that's ever been constructed, he forgot that there's 140 more baseball games.
And he's just getting pushed around.
The
Push
Weasels,
around.
are dominating.
Oh,
Dominating.
they're flying around, and look at him. That Frank minted Yankee.
Oh, they've been
Hubs
just-
is the most annoying person
in
on
the world.
planet.
In the world.
He's the original
I mean,
Weasel.
he's
Two of
so
them.
bad at talking shit that in a weird way, it's like, oh, you just hate him. It's like nobody can like him, but that's like a Yankee.
He's
fan.
the
He
original
gets
Weasel.
ran-
He just goes like, "Oh, Jared! Ah!"
He's the worst. That's
how we do it.
He's the worst.
They are.
But I
They're-
feel like
Elvis
he's
is
like
dead.
a pinball. It's just like Frankie knocks him and he just gets like
He's
back and forth
and
between
then
the
you have
Weasels.
randoms coming in. He just got his hood on. It's tough.
We
And
have,
everyone
like-
in Boston's having the best weekend ever.
Yeah. We have the perfect. The only thing we're missing in our Yankee, because we have the Weasel Hubs, we have Frankie who gets like legitimately upset and is just like you just look at him and you're like.
I thought Frankie was gonna cry a couple
You
times
have-
when things were going badly. He has that look on his
Yeah.
face. I'm like, you're about to
You
tear
have the
up.
little nerd Tommy Smokes. We just need like the fucking
We need a
loud
Ginzo.
Italian
We
who
need a
wants to
Gindaloon.
fight Jared every day. We should just hire that as an intern. Be like, we need a really loud Italian who wears a shitload. Yeah, Sal, who just every day challenges Jared to an actual fist.
He
fight.
has to wear like nothing but a white beater and an open jersey.
Yeah, and
ginger,
just like, let's take it
chain,
outside every
chin
day in the
strap,
office.
backwards hat.
Frankie was telling me they were on the Uber ride home yesterday, no cameras on. His head was just against the window, and he just said to himself, "I want to go home."
Yeah,
he
I
meant
want to go back to Boston. What a pussy. What a fucking loser that kid is.
Oh my god.
You're a loser, Jared.
But what is he gonna do with if you guys play in the playoffs?
But you know what? That's what makes Jared. That's why people love him. Living and dying. I mean, the guy couldn't get out
You know
of
what
bed.
is
We're in
actually
May.
very funny too? Robbie trolling him with his tweets right now is very funny.
Oh,
He does-
I've seen a lot of those.
He does the
people doing
caps
same.
locks, like, and he's like, "Oh, Mike the Stand Man and
Wait,
Judge Bombs,
yeah.
gold bottles." It's great.
Didn't Jared say something like why you guys keep saying hate to see it or something?
He just doesn't understand why we would ever use hate to see it right now. He's like, he barely said that. He barely used that term.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
But
Jared doesn't even remember
but is
what he says.
I mean, is there
I think
some
he blacked
level-
out in the entire month of April.
Yeah.
He's blacked out.
Wait,
He may
but
have
do
been
you-
blacked out in the crowd. Like
Yeah.
that when Judge hit that home run, it's like that was just.
Jared,
do
like,
you think that really that there's no chance that deep down he like knows what he's doing? No. Like
No.
that
Oh,
to me.
he needs
it every moment.
Him
No, he-
saying
he doesn't know.
I don't understand.
No.
He sold
He
T-shirts
forgets
and
what
shit.
he
had
forgets-
flip-flops
he
made that
forgets
say
what
hate
he-
to see it.
He forgets what he says 10 seconds
I don't
before he
know.
says it.
I
Kevin,
feel like he's
this
trolling.
is the guy on day one, opening day, said, I never think about the New York
Yeah,
Yankees.
I know. Yeah.
Like, that's what he said.
He's the national
He
baseball
doesn't
writer.
know what to do.
He's the national baseball writer. He has to only write about it when it.
This is hell for him.
I mean,
I mean, and Dave, and the best is when Dave has Jared's like a combustible, like fire ready to blow up, and then Dave has he actually has the trigger. When you blame him for the Red Sox, he gets so mad. He's like, "We're the fucking same team, Dave," and you're just like, "Nice team, Jared."
He's been very bad though when he's gone to games. Like the Red Sox were basically unbeatable till he showed up.
Till
in
the no
Oakland. They
hit.
got
It's all been from the no hit.
by the way, though, like, I mean, the Yankees, if they're going to be rattling off 17 out of 18, are going to be a fucking problem.
What is
Problem.
so? I was actually thinking about this. Like a Yankees Red Sox playoff series this fall would be the greatest thing for Barstool because
Oh, yeah.
not only would you have this whole thing, but you and Dave would have to be on the same team.
Oh, yeah. I would ride with Dave, no problem.
Yeah. And speaking of that's a transition, the Mets. So you guys talked about it a little bit, but they batted out of order. Frank the Tank.
Done.
The Tank.
He's done.
Frank the Tank makes me look like the most optimistic guy in the world.
You know what? But Dan, we may owe an apology.
Yeah, I
because
think
when
so.
They were,
I think so.
When they were like
I agree.
13 and 2,
and
we're like,
I
what are you
sat here and
complaining
I
about?
fucking screamed, just wait to see what happens. And it
Yeah.
was like that exact
I
moment.
mean, they
that
fell off
started-
the cliff.
Yeah, and you guys are like,
Off
this
a
is why
cliff.
you guys are the worst gamblers ever. The fact that you couldn't like see that
Has
coming or
anybody
understand what I'm telling
ever?
you.
Has anyone ever batted out of order in Major League Baseball?
I have never seen it professionally. I didn't even know what the punishment was.
I knew you were an out. What happened?
2016 the Brewers and 2013 the Dodgers.
Okay, so
And
that's it.
what's
2
funny
teams in the
though,
history?
I mean the
I mean, you don't even do that in softball. You're like,
No.
come back,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
out of
yeah.
order.
and the manager of the Reds like knew it, waited for him to get a hit,
but
and then played it.
FYI, that's got to be the best feeling. You want to talk about really having an ace when you know the other team is bad
And
out of
you
the
wait,
order.
and then
You're
he
just
gets a
like,
hit,
How does that
and
even
then it's like,
happen?
nope.
How does that even happen? Did they explain it all?
I think he
the
just.
lineup card's right on the fucking jumbotron.
I think they just like gave the players like the wrong.
Was it?
There was like 2 lineups. It was like this is the one they went final with, but they gave the players the wrong one.
Oh my god.
yeah, it was great
I
to
mean,
see.
So
you know
what-
what drives me fucking crazy? Anytime you're gambling, anybody comes anywhere and gives you a tip, you take it.
Yeah, but
And I
that's-
sit here and
what
I
do you
tell
mean?
you, I tell you why the Mets are going to be bad and what's going to happen, and you're like, nah. You guys are morons.
Well, you didn't have to. You didn't have to like explain all that to get to the end.
I did.
could've
It's like
just said
you
you're morons.
you take every
And I agree
every
with-
other tip in the world.
I agree with it, but it was a little too much to have to.
Did Syndergaard say he was saving up his stuff for the
For
playoffs?
September.
For September, he's
That was
going to be
crazy
mediocre
quote.
now.
I was hoping that was going to go under the radar. I was not trying to address that at all. Because I was like, whoa.
Crazy quote.
That's not good, man.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, work on getting those mediocre starts out of the way so I can dominate in September, I guess.
Like, hey, you just lost to the I think the Reds are on pace to literally be the worst team ever. And
Oh, the
so,
Reds
let's stop
stink.
talking
I
about.
was anti-Reds. The Mets are so bad I stopped. I was betting for a while just against the Twins, who actually got hot a little bit, and against the Reds, and that's the only time I was winning.
Reds are really bad. and
Real
they-
bad.
and they spanked them.
We had these Duke protests. So basically what happened is like a VP or somebody at Duke, a higher up, who looks like he maybe played lacrosse during his college days and just has advanced to like a 50-year-old executive. Got 2 coffee workers fired because they were blasting some rap song. I listened to it. I don't know the rap song. You know, it's like the N-words in it. I know
Young
that.
Dolph get paid.
Young Dolph get paid. Is that a popular song?
Dolph's the truth.
Dolph's the truth. That's according to Coley. So they're blasting it. They get fired because it's inappropriate to play in a university-run coffee shop. Side note, I ran the law school coffee shop, bagel shop at Michigan Law School. I was a big hero. I'd bring the extra bagels back to my dorm. People go bananas for them.
It's like a walking stereotype.
What's that?
Nothing.
What was it?
The Jewish guy at
Yeah.
Michigan bringing
Hoarding
out the free
bagels?
bagels.
Hoarding
Yeah.
them. I'd give them out. I was like the Santa bagel.
Santa.
Yeah,
You're
like
not a
Santa.
You're
Just
not a Santa guy. You don't get to claim Santa.
it's just fine. I was whatever. I was giving free bagels. The dorm loved it. Loved it.
I'm shocked you didn't get laid in college.
Yeah. What? I needed money. I had to work.
True.
Bringing bagels.
Bagels.
So these protesters show up at the guy's office. They're blasting the song. The whole thing I thought was very funny. It's a ragtag group of protesters. The guy walks out and just stares at him, and it looked for a second like the protesters were just going to turn around and leave. Like they were very intimidated by this guy. The whole scene's perfect college protest.
This guy was ordering a special hot tea and a vegan muffin too when he
Yes.
fired these people.
By the way, I
It's a
agree. You
fucking
probably
asshole.
shouldn't be blasting that song. It's
But to
pretty.
get him
To get everyone
fired?
fired?
No, you'd probably turn it down.
Also,
You're
and I mean,
huge
just like
there.
the optics of you walk in like an old white professor and
Oh,
you
yeah.
get all the young
At
black
Duke.
kids fired.
At Duke.
That's
Yeah.
not good. Even if you really did believe that was a fireable
They should
offense,
not.
I think that would be like, this is a
no,
bad
it's not
move.
fireable. It should. You shouldn't be playing. It should just be like, don't play that music and like blast at a coffee shop. That's like you're a Dolph fan. Should that song be played at like?
But it's a college coffee
Well,
shop.
I mean, Dolph should always be played for everyone, always, but probably you turn it down. You're right.
But
Yeah.
I understand.
Turn
It's
it
a
down.
college
It-
coffee.
yeah,
if
it
it was
is
like a
different than-
Starbucks,
Yeah, I
I
get
get
it.
it. Like, but it's a college coffee shop.
But that's almost like he couldn't have gotten him fired at Starbucks. Well, maybe
Yeah,
he could have known.
Yeah,
Who
he
knows
probably.
what Starbucks
I mean, this
does.
guy sounded like he's pretty well connected.
He also looked like he would be the guy to do it. He just
Yeah.
his vibe.
He's right on the phone.
Yeah. This story I thought was very funny. So Marvin Jones Jr. is that his name? Marvin Jones Jr. wide receiver and his wife opened a cupcake shop, and like very happy, very harmless, like really beautiful tweet. Like congratulations, we finally opened our first cupcake shop. Oh no, Darren Ravel goes on a tweet storm, basically listing all the statistics on why this. Basically, they threw their money away. The cupcake shop is doomed. You got no chance. Statistics, just. I mean,
Shit on them.
You
Just shit on them.
have to kind of like it.
Oh
though.
yeah, listen, if you're gonna
Yeah.
like get into this world and you want to be like, oh, we have a cupcake shop, he's gonna tell you the fucking truth.
He had
He's gonna
one-
let you know the deal.
And then he went after like everyone who questioned
came at
him.
him, right?
And
What
he
was
had
the-
the
what was
best.
the one?
Yeah. He wrote to someone, "I've read more franchise disclosure documents than any journalist on earth." That is
Amazing.
that's what makes Ravel Ravel. That tweet right there, in all sincerity, like you cannot get more like. Oh, I'm just like that's just Ravel right there.
Can you imagine that, like the look on like his girl's face? She's probably like so excited,
Yeah.
and then she just
Yeah.
reads these tweets being like, "You're
Yeah.
a failure. You're gonna lose all your money. You suck. This is a bad idea."
Ravel, love it.
And he also like tried to play the. He was like, "Hey, wasn't referring to your case was just pointing out like the dangers and pitfalls of franchise fees.
Yeah. Like
Okay,
it.
dude.
I'll tell you, as another side note, so my old realtor, ever heard of Wicked Good Cupcakes? They're on like Shark Tank. They're fucking huge. It kind of was frustrating, but my old realtor, way back in Boston, started it, went on Shark Tank. It's like, that's one that was successful, not the case of, so like Mr. Wonderful is fucking huge. Matt Patricia in the news. Love Matt Patricia. They've drug up a 1996, I believe it is, sexual assault case against him that was dropped from spring break. Some girl supposedly said that she was sexually assaulted by him and his friend. Never followed up on the charges. Totally dropped. To me, this is very bullshit. It's like to bring up something that's 20 years old that he was not found guilty of. To bring it up now, it stinks.
Well, to me, it's what the fuck are the Lions doing?
You mean not knowing about it to begin with?
Like, just at least get ahead of that. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the Lions, man. Does that surprise you?
Right, but just search it. I don't know. It seems like it was something that wasn't that hard to find.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Either way, though, even if it was easy, it shouldn't, like, if nothing happened.
Right. No, I completely agree there. I just like Lions. Like, do a little due diligence for once.
Anything post-show?
You ready for LeBron?
You got like a game plan?
Fucking Feidelberg. I heard you guys talking about this a little bit. Feidelberg's making it sound like we might as well just fucking not even show up. He's tweeting all these people being like, everyone's saying they want LeBron. It sounds a lot like when everyone's like, we want Brady. He says it's different, but it's like, what are you supposed to do as a fan? We have him. Let's fucking go at him.
I agree with you. I mean, I've long time. I mean, I
this
spent
is-
weeks going after Saban. That didn't work out. So well
but it's
for
one of
me.
those things when you're up against one of the best, you might as well go all in because if you lose, it's going to suck
Yeah,
either
right.
way.
And by the
if
way-
you win and
Right.
you were the guy chirping, then you get all the glory. It's
Right.
like what we did with the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's like if they come back, it's going to suck no matter
Right.
what. And if they don't win,
I've
we
gone
were
after
dancing on graves the whole
LeBron.
time.
You have to do it. You
And
have
this
to go
doesn't,
after him.
and I'm not changing. He's played great. This is way different than like last year. The Celtics are better and they're worse. This is going to be a series.
This will take like a big time LeBron. Like it's going to have to be LeBron.
I don't know what the odds
Herculean
are.
effort from
I
him,
bet
so-
it's about even.
Tonight, game one's a pick.
Game one's a pick 'em? Well, then the Cavs are the favorites. The
Who
Cavs
is
are probably
my
minus
question is
140.
who's LeBron going to guard in this series? Because that's the most interesting
Tatum?
thing to me, right?
No, you can't put him on Tatum. You got to put him. You got to like
Brown?
Yeah, probably Jalen.
Like, because the Celtics are playing well, but if you take away one of their
LeBron stinks at defense though.
when he
I was
when he
gonna
wants
say,
to
if he-
play
if he needs to
defense,
dial it
he's
up,
the good at
he'll-
defense.
He hasn't ever had to play
Yeah, no,
7
he
games
does.
in the first
No,
round.
he does the
Like,
free safety thing where he
Right.
kind of just waits in lanes. and
I
stuff.
think the Celtics are going to win this series. I really do.
I would love that.
I mean, I really, really do. And then I'm going to convince myself we're going to beat Golden State, which I
You
know
also
we can't.
picked the Raptors over the Cavs.
I did. I also picked the Celtics over the Sixers.
Correct.
So you're 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 2-0. What you said was right. We are much better than we were last year, and they're much worse than they are last year. It's just one of those things until you see
you beat-
LeBron lose.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
And it's like one of those things that you can't tell with the Celtics, and it's when Kyrie down, is just how good fucking Terry Rozier is.
Correct.
Like, if Terry Rozier is fucking awesome, the Celtics are better than the Cavs.
I was saying to Trent earlier, they kind of have that, like they have like a mystique around them that like, are they ever just going to lose, or are they just going to ride this and the season's going to end with them on top? Like
Who, the Cavs?
The Celtics. Like
I don't know.
Like everyone keeps getting hurt. Tatum fucking like breaks his hand in the middle of last night's game, and he's still hitting shots in the fourth quarter. Like there's something about the hospital Celtics that.
I'm feeling good. I'm excited. We're doing, they're going to be serious, I think. Well, no, we're not announcing that yet, but I haven't decided what games. I'm very excited. It's a rematch. I feel like every year it's LeBron. I mean, he's my most hated athlete.
Are you
so-
going Sunday?
The Eastern Conference
I haven't
Finals
decided
runs
yet.
for like 3 weeks too.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
When is game one?
the
Sunday?
Sunday,
Sunday, at what
Sunday,
time?
Tuesday.
It's like Sunday, Tuesday,
3:30.
Saturday.
Probably, yeah.
Crazy.
Sunday, Tuesday, Saturday?
It's like
Yeah,
a
they
huge break between
really
2 and 3.
stretch this out.
Yeah.
You can't get your rhythm. Yeah, you can't, they keep you out of rhythm.
Yeah, they keep it. Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, my hate, like, it's by the time. Well, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
It might be.
It's
fun.
why you watch sports.
True.
It's like this is
why
this
you
is-
love the game.
Yeah, this is who
I
I,
hope
want.
you get shit pumped, man.
Yeah,
This
no,
is-
it is. I mean, like to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Let's
you
go
want,
through 'em.
You want it.
Cavs
You
are
want
minus 275 for the series.
All right, that's half of what we were against the Sixers.
it. See, I feel. Yeah, I mean that's.
That's too much.
I would.
That
well, I would
sounds
take.
big to me. I mean, the
Also,
rest of the
I take
Cavs
the
do
Celtics.
stink.
They do.
I mean,
I take the Celtics hoping that the Celtics, if the Celtics win Game 1, then you can basically
The
free
Celtics
money.
are, yeah. I like it. I like where we're at. I didn't think like 2 months ago I'd be in these shoes, be getting ready to. I got to think of what shirt I'm gonna wear.
You got to wonder if
you know what Jerry Coley wants.
Well, no, that's a great one, but the Scary Terry. We should come up with him like holding the crown or something.
Yeah, wearing a crown. Yeah.
Wearing the crown?
Yeah. Just on
Just convince him to do the decapitated head thing. Come
Wearing
on,
the
Terry.
crown?
Stop being a little
LeBron's
bitch.
head?
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
LeBron's head would be great.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe
if it's
wearing-
just like
maybe
the crown,
holding a
the crown's
phone?
like on the ground.
Zero dark 30.
Maybe
23.
holding a phone says 0 dark 30 23.
That's such an inside Barstool
yeah.
joke.
Yeah, but it would and then it says perfect booties on the bottom. I mean, make shirts for ourselves.
Our T-shirt can do that.
All right.
Like
let's
I mean,
go.
that would be a funny
Let's
shirt.
go Celtics.